Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about important factors when considering an energy upgrade to your historic or vintage home here in the Northwest. So what about keeping your historic windows? People are either love them or hate them.
Right.
And I work for a lot of the lovers.
For sure.
And we do keep those. A lot of times we'll do a historic storm window on the outside. They're still doing all the insulation in their walls, still keep the historic siding, and things seem to be fine. Absolutely. As long as we've got the fans on the inside of the building going.
Right.
So that's okay to keep their historic windows. I mean,
yeah.
There's a big push to, upgrade your windows, obviously, and a lot of people do.
Sure.
But do you see any issues with keeping your historic windows?
Yeah, I think that the historic windows can be beautiful the way they're leaded windows and there's caming and stuff that are in the windows. I would say that, if you have an historic window, just make sure that there's no leakage happening already. So I'd always say fix a window problem at the time. So when you walk around and say, I got 3 windows that look like they're leaking, the sills are a little bad, and the roof line has got it kind of
leaking
wet.
As in
liquid rainwater.
Yes, into a rotten area that's into the wall cavity. Yeah.
So I would say, those would be an area you go, let's put a little canopy over this beautiful old window, because right now the water's coming off the wall and making the thing wet. So you can have a really, really nice little eyebrow that you put over a window. Protecting a historical window from any further damage is probably the right approach. Now, the layer of glass with a storm window is probably a pretty good performing window in a climate like this.
Actually, yeah.
Somewhere in Minnesota, you might say, I got to go with a higher performing window. But I would say here, a historic window with a storm looks beautiful, and people kind of like to keep that. So all we have to do is maybe clean it, sand it down, improve its look, but make sure it's not got a leak problem that needs to get replaced and repaired.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good architect stepping in and you designing together going, we've got this perfect overhang that was kind of leaking before, we're going to fix that, and here's the look, and people would go, perfect.
We do that a lot. And it's really a carpenter. I mean, I'm a carpenter, so that's what we get into doing. But it doesn't mean I want to be graduated from the knowledge of house sciences, because I totally get it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I love this stuff.
Good.
But that's part of my craft, is keeping alive that old architecture and preserving what we have already is a way of, why not recycle and reuse? I mean, reducing that whole overall carbon footprint.
Yeah, a house that's 100 years old has a lot of already spent-embodied energy, right? So if I can keep that building and make it go another 70, 80 years, it's a very...
What did you call it?
Embodied energy. The energy
embodied energy.
What went in to make it first, right? And so that's part of the energy that went into the building, and then I've got all that energy that's gone into its life there. Yeah. So I want to make sure that if I keep that in play, that's a pretty sustainable thing to do, right? Instead of filling a landfill with it. And so people appreciate that. I always think it's a good discussion with your homeowners, that you sit down and a client would say, I love the windows, but I hate the one in the bathroom because it's always a problem. So there's things you can do to change. Right. And some people say, I hate all the windows, I need you to take them out. And that's where that choice gets made.
Great. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you, sir.